So let's just have a quick look at the handbook of the Medingen Provost, leafing through it from the cover, well-worn cover with nice binding stamps that actually occur on several other Medingen manuscripts, including a couple of those in Oxford. And then look inside how the first 10 folios are organized. So opening it, you see the binding waste, which actually is part of the pre-life of the manuscript as a collectar, as a collection of prayers for each of the Sundays. So you still see Dominica in Sabbato and so on, which has been cut down to form a paste down. And then come the modern pages added by the Bodleian, and then comes the ownership mark, Ordinarius Ecclesiae Sancte Maria Virginis et Sancte Mauritius in Medingen. And that's glued in on a stub because that's an edition after the convent reform in 1479. And also on the verso of this newly added folio, you have in Sacratissima Nocte Nativitatis Domini. So for Christmas, the instructions of how to do the procession on Christmas. And then you have half a page glued in, which ends Christmas and starts with Candlemas on the folio 2 verso. And that starts with a benediction of the water for the blessing of the candles, the Aspergis me domine isopo. And then comes on 3 recto, the left-hand column, written over an erased old text from the, that's how originally the text after the collectar would have started. So that would have been the end of the collectar. But now additional prayers for Purificatio Mariae are added in, so that you have then a double rubric, in Purificatione Sancte Maria Benedictionis Luminum, the benediction of the lights, that's an old column. And then if you turn over, you see that more changes have been taken. So the prayer Erudi has been taken out and put after the Nunc Dimittis. That's what the rubric says on the left-hand side. And instead, the Exorcizo prayer should follow on directly from the previous page. You have nicely in there the red crosses for the priest to sign himself during the exorcism and during the benediction. And then there is the benediction of the wax, Benedico te creatura cerii. And I spoke with Zach, who said these were some really unusual prayers for Candlemas. So I'm looking forward what he has to say about it. If you want to continue turning, then comes the full benediction prayers for the candles, heavily abbreviated because the Provost would know them quite well. But on the and the next folio is again an edit in. You see it, it's slightly more squeezed. That's also why it's so heavily abbreviated to fit in new prayers, additional prayers. And also the red crosses are added in much more hastily than in on the first layer. Then comes the full song, Sursum Corda, lift up your hearts, we lift them to the Lord, let us give thanks, and so on, for the sung part of Candlemas. Yeah, you can hear the creaking of the parchment as Andrew turns it. Full choral notation for the sung part of the prayer, which is part of the old manuscript, which you can see because the tachographic sign has just one slash through it. And then we come to the lumen, I think. Yeah, on the right hand side, which is and you see again the smaller red crosses. So this is added in by the nuns for them to sing Virginis cantet Lumen ad revelationem gentium et gloriam plebis tui Israel. And then it would have been ended with a prayer that was originally at the start of Purificatio. And then Purificatio is over on the next page, but oh no, it ends with a very elaborate Ave Gratia Plena, so in praise of Mary. And you see the red lines indicating long melismas. Many thanks, Andrew.
Brilliant, thank you.
Good.